Hi, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for liking, subscribing, sharing. Thank you for coming, for the newbies coming over to celebrate taking off our plasters, off our wounds, okay? And seeking that healthy relationship with ourselves first, okay? By managing our emotions, all right? Because we need to identify our intuition for good spiritual wealth, health, okay? But it comes from the essence of love, all right? Love of self, love of being, love of planet, love of God, okay? We're seeking the balance, all right? Balance within yourself, okay? To have a balance outside of yourself. Because now we're looking at creating after a regret, all right? So we're in the energy of regret, okay? But we're going to turn all regrets into greats, okay? Somebody felt like they took a mistake, all right? So now they got guilt in the quilt. So someone feels like they made the wrong choice, okay? So we're looking at an apology, all right? After a regret, the energy of regret, okay? Because someone fears in the air about this regret, all right? Maybe a feminine, a karmic feminine, okay? Or maybe the feelings of this masculine feminine energy, okay? Feels this fear in the air and feels very uneasy, okay? When they're sleeping at night, all right? So someone's scared about someone probably coming to say sorry to you because someone feels like they made the wrong choice. Because this regret and this fear is bringing in another energy of legal matters, all right? So someone fears legal matters after regret, okay? So now we're looking at maybe a divorce, okay? Because now we're looking at judgment. When you go within yourself, all right, write your dreams down. When you wake up in the morning or whenever you wake up, write your dreams down. Seek clarity within yourself. That will give you your final decision, okay? Because now we're wearing up the heart. How heavy is your heart? Is it heavy as a stone or as light as a feather? So now we're looking at a wake-up call, all right? We're seeking the purpose of life, all right? Everyone has their own individual purpose, all right? So now you're looking at all purpose. What's your all purpose? What's your seasoning for your reasons? Okay, so what's your seasons for your reasons for fear in the air? It's regret, because someone's looking at legal matters, all right? Because now we're looking at justice, okay? When it comes to justice, someone fears the cause and effect, all right? Because every action has a reaction, and now we're looking at a win-win situation. Why? Because the truth is out now. So someone fears the weight of the heart, okay? Because now we're looking at legal matters, maybe with friends or acquaintance, all right? Or someone feels that they have a regret with a friend or acquaintance because maybe someone trusted a friend, all right? They supported that friend and gave loyalty, or somebody wants to come back and apologize to you, okay? Because they mistrust your rust. The trust went to rust, all right? Someone else when it was an acquaintance. So we're looking at friends support when it comes to legal matters, all right? Because maybe someone has an energy of friends, okay, in an addiction, toxic, drug, alcoholic person, obsessive nature, that sort of thing. Someone's scared of their security because they bring in rust to the trust to an acquaintance that was looking for support and loyalty, but there was no loyalty, okay? So now we're looking at a regret. Somebody's trying to be brave. Someone wants to bring confidence within themselves, all right? Because now we're looking at a feminine that's in fear because they're intoxicated. Now they're acting on odd behavior. Why? Because now friends are going to see the weight of the true heart of the intoxicated attachment. So now we're looking at drugs under the rugs, all right? So now we're looking at alcohol, obsession, all right? Because someone made a mistake. So now we've got guilt in the quilt because someone made a wrong choice, all right? So now we're looking at a regret. Okay, but we're going to turn it into greats. You can, by changing your emotions, by identifying your intuition. So you've got to manage your emotions, all right? Someone's probably on a pedestal when it comes to like the comforts, all right? When it comes to the finer things in life. All right, so maybe there's a regret because someone came in and juggled. So now someone's in fear because someone juggled someone's wish fulfillment or juggled someone's feelings when it came to wish fulfillment. So now maybe people, okay, within themselves or someone, a masculine you're dealing with, feels like there's a massive mistake now because there's a guilt in the quilt because there's a fear that somebody was juggling someone's emotions, okay? Somebody was playing with someone's intuition. I mean, wish fulfillment, all right? Because now we're looking at the energy, okay, of Scorpio. Somebody was seeking into someone's playing with someone's emotions, okay? Because now we have the energy of trying to seek balance, all right? with the Empress. So someone has a wish fulfillment to balance with the Empress, but someone's afraid and uneasy, okay, because someone bring a juggling. So somebody was juggling, or somebody was wishing, friends were wishing for a masculine to juggle the Empress, or there is an emperor in regret, but he's seeking his wishes within himself. God is preparing this masculine under the quilt of self, all right, so they can sit comfortably and in balancing the masculine and feminine energy within oneself, so the feminine within this masculine won't feel juggled, all right, unbalanced, imbalanced, all right, because we're seeking balance for a wish fulfillment to come through, okay, because we're looking at evolving, we're looking at creating, okay. So someone is going into maybe a divorce, okay, could be a Taurus Libra person, or you have a situation where someone trying to defend, maybe friends or acquaintance are trying to defend the Empress, and they're trying to balance this wish fulfillment, because maybe there's a masculine that sits in regret because a karmic came in, all right, with confidence, thinking they can intoxicate a wish fulfillment by bringing in juggling, okay. That was the energy that went between a masculine going for the wish fulfillment for an Empress. So now we're looking at this masculine is sitting up tight, standing up for his beliefs. He feels like the soul of self is giving him enough tools to stand up for anyone that doesn't believe in his belief. That could be friends, acquaintances, people that thought he trusted or supported or had loyalty. But the loyalty has come from the soul of self, okay? Because now you've got your soul tribe, okay? And they're coming in. You have to trust the soul of self that you've got enough tools to defend your beliefs, all right? So now we're looking at the Empress energy, okay? Within this Empress, she's standing up for her beliefs, okay? Because now we're looking at working with friends, all right? Maybe somebody was working with friends, but now they're standing up for the Empress against the friends, all right? Or friends are now walking away from the karmic and defending the Empress. Why? Because we're learning to work on our self-mastery. Some of you are looking at your skills. Some of you are looking at your talents. Some of you are looking to transform anything you had in the past. Maybe you felt like you've done a job before, you was on a pedestal, but it went from rags to riches. But some of you are very passionate. So no matter what you look like, keep going, because sometimes mistakes are part of the process. So someone's probably working on self-mastery, okay, to mend maybe a toxic friendship group, okay, because there's drugs under the rugs, alcoholic. Maybe someone's obsessed with someone's work, okay. But now we're defending our own work, all right? We're defending our self-mastery, because you've got the tools within yourself collective to stand up for yourself, stand up for your beliefs, okay? Because someone in your energy, your friends, in your energy have the energy of addiction, okay? So work on self, okay? Because now we're looking at someone wants to defend, okay, their gifts, which is someone that is very intoxicated with gifts, inheritance. They're very intoxicated. They're worried. Someone's worried about their finances. Someone's worried about their security. Someone's worried about that give and take when it comes to work. Because now maybe somebody wants to defend the Empress energy. Because now we're looking at balancing the masculine and feminine energy within oneself to prepare the intuition to guide us to our wish fulfillment. All right? Could be the King of Swords. King of Swords. Good day to you, King of Swords. Or this could be God. Okay? So good day to you, God. Okay? Because we're looking at when you go within yourself and clean out your regrets, turn them to grace, then you'll feel the energy of God, okay, and your ancestors raining down your give and take, okay, from heaven, all right? But with that passion, okay, of give and take, what you do with your energy when it comes to legal balance, because now we've got legal balance, everything has to be balanced out. What you do, how heaven rains down your give and take, you've got to be the same way when it comes to your field work. Okay, so someone's looking at field work. Maybe someone's working in a charity as well. Okay, but someone is using a charity. Someone is juggling someone's charity. Someone is juggling someone's generosity. Someone at work, a friend at work that someone trusts, but they've got to defend themselves against these friends. Okay? Because now we're looking at a wish fulfillment that someone's stuck in the mind. Someone wanting to isolate a wish fulfillment. Someone wants to juggle. Or someone stuck in their head about a regret, about a wish fulfillment that wasn't balanced, and now was in fear in the air. Okay? Because they're afraid of the raid, of the uneasiness in the body. Because when you have uneasiness in the body, it brings dis-ease. Why? Because it's not balanced at ease. You know, at ease with the planets when it comes to the psychological drives of the planets, you know, because you've got to balance the feminine masculine in oneself, because the sun represents the soul of self that creates, that's bringing your self-motivation. So it looks like someone in this energy is going to be regretting how they bit the hand that fed them. Why? Because they're not self-motivated. They need people, things, and places to make them look like they got the strength, they got the identity, they got the creativity. Do you understand? But instead, they were juggling their own psychological drives. Why? Because they was looking for more handouts. That's the obsession. It was generosity, abusing. So now I'm looking at the general mood when it comes to the balance. Do you understand? So the general mood now is going to be regret and fear. Okay? And that's matching up with the moon cycle. So that's someone's everyday activity is being moody now, because under the crate of self, someone's general mood in their environment is fear. Why? Because they were juggling. Somebody wanted someone stuck, or someone stuck in the mind, or someone's going spiritual prison, okay? Or prison of the mind, or earth prison, okay? Because somebody was juggling someone's finances, a wish fulfillment, all right? Destiny. Maybe somebody wanted to swap someone's destiny, and now someone's in fear in the air. Now they're scared. They're scared of the Empress energy. So now we've got suspicion, okay, about juggling or wiring money overseas. That was a wish fulfillment for someone's wheel of fortune to keep turning. So now we have a turning point in someone's energy, okay? So now we're looking at the wheel of fortune. This can either be a good fortune, good karma, or bad karma, okay? Because somebody was gambling. Why? Because they were juggling, okay? Or someone seeking balance within themselves. But because there's fear in the air of regret, this is about juggling, all right? Maybe a group of friends is trying to help someone, okay, defend the Empress energy, because now we're looking at new love. Someone's fearing, all right? The karmic is fearing a new love, the cup of love, pouring love into yourself. Okay, because vampire energies, karmics don't like love and truth. Do you understand? So when you pour all that love into yourself, okay, then you end up flowing the love outside of yourself. Now you can manage your emotions, identify your intuition, and that's bringing in the health and wealth, all right, when it comes to love, new babies, relationships, proposal, marriage. But somebody, okay, bring in a defense. So now there's a stagnation. Do you understand? Now someone's in a decision. What's the option we have in working on charities? Now this person's in fear, because now they're saying, okay, if this person defends this love of cup for an Empress, now there's going to be stagnation at work, because now my friends will see the guilt in the air of my toxicity at work, okay? So someone's obsessed with someone's generosity, okay? So now we're looking at delays, stagnations, all right? To defend yourself, okay, you have got to use your intuition, especially when there's delays, obstacles, all right? Because that will allow you to manage that emotion and also bring in that growth for you. But the conscious mind has to be clear. Do you understand? So someone's mood right now, when it comes to stagnations and obstacles, they're defending their belief, all right? Because someone's in a legal spiritual matter, okay? But now we're looking at pouring spirituality in oneself. Why? Because we hear God giving us the cup of love, the Holy Grail, the love of self. Okay, that's going to bring your creation, your abundance, all right? Because now we're learning to master all four queens of the earth to become the Empress, all right? So you're going to become the queen of fire, the queen of earth, the queen of air, and the queen of water, okay? Now you're pouring that love to defend yourself in a situation where there could be a stagnation, okay? But focus on your work, my darling, or someone's friend is focused on your work and they want a stagnation for a Leo person, okay? Because now we're looking at the energy of Virgo. I work on my willpower, Okay, even though there's obstacles and delays, pour love into myself, because I know a karmic is looking at spiritual legal matter. Friends can laugh, acquaintances can laugh, but now we're looking at maybe the tables are turning, and now maybe a friends are trying to help at work, maybe a Leo person defending his belief. All right, because there was a lot of Noahs. Yes, and now we're working on healing. Okay, restoring the mind. Okay, so now you've got the Four of Swords. What we're going to do is we're going to go within ourselves. Okay, see our difficulties that's at work, that we can't, things that come in the way to defend your beliefs. Go within yourself. Okay, when you're in your bed, all right, that's the coffin. When you go to sleep, that's the cousin of death. All right, look at your visions. Listen to what you hear. How do you feel when you wake up? Because there seems to be a difficulty at work, at someone trying to defend an Empress energy. Okay, so now we're looking at stagnation, difficulties, but we have to try and bring the mind out to calmer waters, and that's working on self-mastery, self-craftsmanship, and working on going away from energies of people, things, and places that you are acquainted with, or you trusted, or you supported, or had loyalty within that energy, and walk away. Walk away. Do you understand? That is learning to walk away. But someone's at work working with decompartmentation when it comes to someone's coping, and it looks like they're not a cokehead. It looks like they're not alcoholic. They look like they don't have toxic attachment, but they do. They just work well with it. All right. So now someone's looking at a charity. Someone's looking at generosity, but someone came very brave with confidence, with intoxicated odd behavior to keep that charity flow going, to keep that generosity going. But it seems to be an imbalance at work. Why? Because someone's more focused on obsession. So now you've got to go into the Four of Swords. Someone's gone into the Four of Swords. You've got to retreat, man. You've got to think about your work. Talk to God. When you go into the cousin of death, talk to your ancestors, you know. And the more you walk in love and talk in truth, all right, all those battles you see, fighting energies, and you see these dark shadows, all right, could be fair, could be people sending you bad magic, whatever it's called, okay. The more you walk in truth and love, that's what's bouncing the energy back to them, because this is spiritual, this is spirituality, you know. This is someone trying to recruit their energy. Like last night when I was sleeping, I saw my masculine. I was having a good old rest. He comes in, checks on me, and walks out and starts talking to another man. And I'm like, I emailed him and said, listen, sort your life out. Don't worry about me. I'm good. Focus on resting, because I understand you're in a karmic situation. Do you understand? Seek rest within yourself. You're the wounded warrior. We can't keep this battle with this karmic, all right, may feel like they feel trapped. Why? Because you've gone through many centuries, many generations being that spiritual warrior. This time it was about healing. But sometimes when people see wounds within people that are not really honest, that's when the devil comes in and start picking. So they can use things against you because they're using your insecurities, all right? Because they have their own personal inner problems, which is addiction, okay? And that's what they use for their own bravery. That's what they use for their confidence. Now we're looking at seeking the soul within oneself. When you seek the soul, you seek the self. When you seek the soul, you seek to recruit. Do you understand? You're recharging the energy, all right? We are recovering. Why? Because when we understand that we can get things from our ancestors, all right, we are protected from outside forces. Do you understand? So you go within, like I call my masculine, my light in the dark. Do you understand? Because I see my way forward to give and take, especially from my ancestors. So now we're looking at working maybe with a Taurus person and a Leo person, and they're resting after a stagnation. Leo has to stand up for himself for the Empress energy, because we're looking at new love, new babies, new relationship, but somebody was juggling their destiny or karma. All right? Okay. Or maybe someone's just stuck in thinking about the difference between destiny and karma, okay? So now we see a situation where when you go within yourself and you seek the soul, you seek the self, and you become more vulnerable to the earth, all right? And you entwine with your ancestors. Now you've got clarity, truth, okay? Because someone tried to bring a 9 of Swords. Do you understand? After an isolation, okay, when someone wanted to isolate someone, all right, because the Nine of Swords is all about, sorry, Nine of Swords is all about nightmares, anxiety, grief. So somebody wanted to keep someone in nightmare, anxiety, and grief. Do you understand? To steep in that depression. So they were pressing the button of depression to bring in that grief. Do you understand? Because somebody was living in their own anxiety because they were projecting, because they wanted someone to be stuck about the truth. But no, you're not stuck, collective. Look within yourself. You may not see. Why? Because you're going by faith, all right, and not by sight. Your hands might be tied, but allow the ancestors to rein your stuff in. Do you understand? Because sometimes, right, I would get gifts from my ancestors and I'd be like, okay, where do I go from here? Like, it's like a new language. Trust me, they will guide you to where you need to go. So it might look like your hands are tied, but guess what? Your feet isn't tied. Your feet isn't tied. Do you understand? So go within your dreams and start unstucking yourself. Unpeel those plasters that keep you stuck in the walls of fear, anxiety, scared. No, come out of that, all right? So we're looking at regret, all right, about a wish fulfillment, okay, of wanting someone stuck, because now the truth is out, okay? Because now we had a source, self-imposement, restriction, isolated, okay? So now we're looking at somebody was happy for that isolation. Now the truth is out, okay? Because we went within, seek the star in you, okay? So now we're looking at the Hermit. When you seek the truth, okay, when you seek the truth, okay, you seek the star in you and you see God in you. You are the star. Or a King of Swords has got his information. He feels more wise, okay, because a King of Swords, he's all about being a strategic leader, okay. He can bring his information. He's got his wisdom. He can bring like all his experience of life together and do lots of transformation, but he's got to go within, trust the soul of self. When you seek the truth, okay, you seek the self. When you seek the self, you seek the star in you, all right? So now we're looking at clarity. Someone's got clarity. Even though somebody was happy for someone to be isolated from a wish fulfillment, okay, we went within and you get clarity and you see God. Okay, so now we're looking at having a different perspective about Queen of Pentacles when it comes to love and support, because they're now under spiritual judgment. Do you understand? Because now we seek within ourselves. We're looking at studying. We're looking at information. All right, because some of us might feel a bit clouded, but no, you got your head over the clouds, head over heart. You get messages, intuition. So you can be blunt with your information when you're looking into something. So someone was stalking, spying, okay, maybe on a Sagittarius. So someone's spying on a Sagittarius or a wounded warrior that's within the soul, okay. This is a love choice. Do you understand? So now we're looking at our love choices, okay. But now maybe someone has an immature emotion, or someone's looking in being catfish, or someone is looking in with love on their sleeves, okay, and they're looking in the telepathic communication, okay, but someone brings stagnation. This is why there's justice, okay, all right, because now this love choice, Queen of Pentacles, will be blocked, all right, from any further promotions, okay, they will be blocked, all right, from pay rises, investments, income, okay, because now we're looking at somebody was looking for generosity, okay, but because they were going through bankruptcy, they were looking for someone to give them the crutch, because this person can't look after themselves. This is why they came in, all right, but now someone's looking back at this you know, like feeling left out in the cold, all right? Someone didn't want you to do spiritual recovery, all right? Because they were looking more at the pentacle for themselves. So now they're bringing lying, stealing, cheating, trying to be a friend, trying to get away with it. So now they're looking at Aries person, looking for their ships to come in, all right? So maybe someone's looking for their ships to come in and they're listening to a Queen of Swords, all right? Someone that's very honest, all right? Because they're balanced with the feminine and masculine energy within oneself. And this is why people are fearing, all right? Because now we're looking at spiritual government, all right? Spiritual governors. We're looking at matching mental minds, okay? So now We're going within and we're seeking God, okay? Pour love in you, all right? So now we're looking at divine feminine, okay? We're looking at the power of love. We're looking at the power of intuition that you can use when you feel like there's a stagnation. Because now we're looking at the union, looking at celebrations after someone stabbed you in the back, okay? What's this one? Yeah, follow God. I love you, God. You're so amazing. Yeah, you're so amazing. Yeah, he said, no, I've got a different perspective about Queen of Pentacles. There you go. Different perspective about Queen of Pentacles. Okay. So now you're looking at this stabbing from a Queen of Pentacles. Now we've got a different perspective about Queen of Pentacles. All right. She kept stabbing people over and over and over again in the back. Okay. Causing darkness to the soul. So now you've got to come to peace with that because somebody was really bleeding inside. You understand? Trying to cover someone's joy. No. Bring your emotions to calmer waters. Use your intuition because God is telling you to bring peace within yourself because now you've got a new horizon. Do you understand? After someone kept stabbing you over and over and over again in the back. All right. So this could be a lawyer. This could be a detective. Okay. Or this could be a barrister or someone in legal. All right, but this is someone with high information, or this is my God. All right, so now we're looking at a broken heart. Someone tried to create a broken heart. Okay, maybe for a Libra, okay, or an Aquarius or a Leo person over letters or information that from the soul, messages from the soul when you're sleeping, so you can work with your ancestors and your soul tribe to give you equal balance, all right? So you can be happy within the soul and you're protected from outside forces, okay? So now we're looking at working with the soul aspect, working with messages from the soul. But someone got messages about a broken heart, okay, about third-party person, because someone went within and saw messages from the soul about someone being charitable, okay, at work, within their friends, acquaintance, someone that they trust at work, giving support. Maybe they defended these friends, but no, they're saying that you're going to go through a legal problem. What? I'm an empress. I know what's going on. I see into me. I see into me. I feel because into me, I know there's a stagnation, broken heart. Because now we're looking at 3 and 5 swords. Okay. So 5 swords, my darling, is all about someone was bullying. Okay. Somebody probably was bullying. A group of friends were probably bullying someone to defend. Do you understand? Because now we're looking at someone bringing verbal slander, abusing people's mental, abusing people's soul, abusing people's defense at work. Why? Because I want your charity. At work, man. There's a problem at work now. Problem at work. So now we're looking at the soul of self. That's what we're working with. And we're looking at victory. All right? We're bringing the mind to calmer waters. Somebody's probably relocating away from toxic people. Okay, we're walking away. All right. So now we see the truth. We see more truth coming out here. We see illuminating the mind. We see growth. We see wisdom. We see stuck situation when it came to the Wheel of Fortune. But go within yourself, collective. You can transform. Why? Because you're seeking clarity within yourself to make breakthroughs outside of yourself. So now you're blending the mind, body, and soul together to pour love into you. All right? Because somebody bring a 4 of Cups. Okay? 4 of Cups is all about someone bringing in and someone feels unfulfilled. All right? They felt so unfulfilled about this Empress energy that they wanted to break the heart, okay, of maybe Aquarius, Libra, or a Leo person at work. So now maybe these friends are having a turning point about this stuck situation. They've gone within, they seek the soul of self. And now maybe there's people trying at work defending this Leo person when everyone's gone within and start retreating, okay? Because this is about 2 of Cups. 2 of Cups was in stagnation, okay? Maybe for a King of Wands, all right? King of Wands is a visionary. He's a go-getter, okay? He's a very experienced person. He can get all things together, okay, and make things happen. He sees more things in the future because he's a visionary, okay? So maybe he sees the vision or maybe he regrets, okay? So now I'm looking at regret, mistake. Why do we have regrets and mistakes, okay? because somebody wants to end a regret, all right? Somebody's looking at spiritual transformation. That is their wish fulfillment, okay? So someone wants to end, or somebody's looking at ending someone's wish fulfillment. They wanted it stuck, and that's the truth, because they were juggling someone's wheel of fortune because they went within a third-party person. Now this third-party person could be friends, people, things, and places at work are now heartbroken about this abuse, slander, okay? Because now we have stagnation, because now someone's gone into the thoughts of self, and someone's working on their self-mastery to bring solitude, because now we're talking to God, we're talking to our ancestors, okay? And we're praying, all right? So now we see speed, we see messages, and we see victory, okay? Maybe for a Leo person, because a Taurus person at work wanted them to defend the stagnation, and now someone's heartbroken, a third-party person, because now we see celebrations, okay? We see joy, we see love, we see turning point, we see spirituality, we see purity, okay? Yes, we do see someone's going through a mistake, or it's part of the process, because now we're looking at the 8 of Swords, all right? Now there's fear in the air for a feminine, okay? Maybe an Aquarius person, but we're looking at the thoughts, all right? Remember, air signs is all about the thoughts. Now we have a karmic in their thoughts, okay, about this stagnation, okay, because they bring isolation on purpose, okay? So now we're looking at the situation when it comes to the 8 of Swords, okay? Remember, 8 of Swords, I said, was all about self-imposed, all right? Now we're looking at restrictions, okay? Because now someone is fair in the air because they're looking at a legal matter that will cause restrictions, okay? Now we're looking at spiritual law. Someone's looking at isolation, all right, due to mental prison, earth prison, or spiritual prison, okay? Because somebody was juggling someone's wheel of fortune because they went within this third-party person and saw this love for an empress, so they created stagnation, heartbreaks, okay, because they wanted charity donations, okay? So now we're looking at a legal matter, all right, and we're looking at spiritual prison, because now we're looking at goals, all right? Somebody was looking for someone's agricultural goals, all right, but we're looking at focusing on this justice, bringing balance, all right? Because now somebody was looking at someone creating a field of work for them, maybe a real estate, okay, or agricultural goals, okay? Because now we're looking at friends were happy about this goal. They were relying on this goal. Now friends are relying on this justice now. How heavy is your heart? And it seems like it's heart heavy as a stone. Because somebody was relying on money, because these group of friends, okay, at work with a Leo person or a Taurus person, okay, or the energy of a Libra person is juggling someone's resources. So now we've got the 7 of Swords. 7 of Swords is about someone lying, stealing, cheating, being very deceptive. Someone's acting like a friend in this camp, in this friend group. All right, so someone you are quite acquainted with, someone you trust, but the trust is at a rust, okay? Because now someone is lying about support and loyalty, all right? They're lying because they're scared of their security, so they're looking for people to defend them, maybe friends, okay? So now we're looking at friendship groups, all right? We're looking at someone creating goals to bring justice. Because now we're looking at the heart, heavy as a stone. But we want to work on self-mastery, self-craftsmanship. Sometimes mistakes happen as part of the process, okay? But it was a mistake at work, giving generously, okay? Because somebody's intoxicated. Someone has a toxic addiction, toxic attachments. And now we're looking at drugs under the rugs. Because now we have a bunch of friends happy, okay? And they were relying on working on new projects, okay? So now we're looking at new projects. We're inspired by the soul. When you work on the soul aspect of yourself, when you work on your self-mastery, okay? And you work on your self-craftsmanship, all right? Now you end up bringing in your ancestors, bringing in ideas, things for you to create, to bring that equal give and take to yourself and on your field work on earth as you create heaven on earth. Unfortunately, someone is going to be missing out on that opportunity, okay? Someone at work could be a Taurus or a Virgo person, or maybe a Leo or Aries person, all right? So now we're looking at a toxic attachment. So now someone is missing out on gifts of God, all right? Because somebody was focused on a third-party energy, okay? And that third-party energy was a toxic attachment, drugs under the rugs, all right? Maybe alcoholism, all right? Obsession with money, obsession with charities, obsession with generosity, and somebody was abusing that situation. So now we're looking at our wish fulfillment, all right? God is preparing you, okay, under the veil of self, okay, to bring in stability for yourself, okay, so you can be in the energy of abundance, all right? So behind the curtains of self, God's trying to prepare you a spiritual transformation so your wishes come true by working on your intuition, by going within and seeking the star in you for your transformation. Seek the truth, seek the soul, seek the self. Work on your self-mastery, all right? So someone has a wish fulfillment to work on their self-mastery, okay? Or someone had a wish fulfillment to work, okay, on bringing in isolation, restriction for an air sign person when it came to the truth, because now they got clarity, they've gone within themselves about a wheel of fortune. This could be about a destiny, or it could be about money in the horizon. Now someone's looking at balancing, or someone's looking at juggling at work, all right, because that was their wish fulfillment, to juggle, okay? But now maybe there's a wish fulfillment to bring in balance to the Empress energy, all right? But someone at work is wiring, transferring, okay, and playing on someone's emotions, okay? Because now we're understanding someone is in the Eight of Swords. Someone is in the prison of the mind, okay, about juggling a wheel of fortune. Because many people have gone within to do transformation, seeking the truth, okay? Seek the truth within yourself. You seek the star, all right? The light and the dark is within you, all right? So now we're looking at feeling left out in the cold, okay? Because now we're looking at maybe a Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, okay? Or Scorpio, Leo, Aquarius, okay? We're looking at working, all right? We're looking at Five of Swords. Somebody was working, okay, within this team of people, but they were working on 3 and 2 is 5. They were working on bankrupting someone before they moved forward. Somebody was looking at bankruptcy, so they were juggling finances. So now someone, maybe an earth sign person, Taurus, Libra, a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn person is juggling finances at work and juggling people's emotions because they just got this thing where they can't take care of themselves. They've got to hold on to people's properties. So now someone's juggling someone's finances to hold on to someone's properties, okay? Because they have this awful attachment to greed. This is the Grand Reaper, all right? Or somebody wants to work with holding on to the Empress, but someone's fearing, okay, this situation coming in, because now you've got 8 and 4. Someone's fearing this legacy, okay, because they juggled and wanted it stuck, all right? They wanted it held back, okay? So now we're looking at the Empress energy. Someone's in fear of isolation away from the Empress energy because the Empress is making her voice be heard, okay? The Empress has got her sparkling ideas that maybe the masculine's friends, maybe a fire sign was laughing at. But no, the Empress is making her voice heard. Why? Because the heart is led by the lion, okay? The strength, the confidence to make the voice heard, for the throat chakra to become in love and ground ship, for the voice to be heard. Why? Because we're very energetic, okay? We've got energy, we've got sparkling ideas. But somebody wanted someone to be held back, okay, to juggle these ideas that were sent in by God to create, all right? So now the Empress energy is making her voice be heard, okay? She's got this goal, she's got loads of plans, and she knows she's getting there. Slow horse wins the race, because now we're looking at calling in spiritual justice now, all right? So now spiritual judgment is here because we are standing up for our beliefs. We don't care about a bunch of people with their no-nos and their yay-yays when it comes to this project that we're working on from God, all right? So someone's missing out. A group of people, maybe a third-party person is going to be missing out because now we got 4 and 3, all right? 4 and 3 is 7. Too many choices. Too many choices, all right? Maybe someone's got issue with too many choices and we're very happy about it, all right? It's bringing in stress a little bit. But no, someone had too many choices. Maybe someone has commitment issues, all right? When it comes to standing up for their own beliefs, all right, and their own work. Because why? Because they're begging for charities, all right? So now we're looking at someone juggling charities, all right? And they want someone to stand up for them because if they don't, they're looking at more people seeing what they did. All right. So now we're looking at standing up for our beliefs, making our voice be heard. All right. Because while we're working on self-mastery, self-craftsmanship, please, people, you can transform your skills and your talents. All right. For instance, if you're a mother, you're always negotiating. Look at jobs for negotiating, you know, or you're always cooking. If you like cooking, go online and start creating different meals, you know. Show mothers how you stood up for your belief when it came to cooking for your children and inviting your children's friends and having that big cook up. Do you know what I mean? Teach people, because now we're looking at standing up for the Empress. Okay, we're standing up for the divine feminine. Okay, we're standing up for ourselves, standing up for our beliefs, because we understand the soul has given us enough tools to work with. Okay, so now we're looking at tools from the soul to create, okay, projects. All right, we're looking at inspiration, because why? The soul is born to create. Okay, because now we're looking at working, thinking secretly about these messages, but somebody was toxically obsessed with the secret of silence about these messages. So now someone's going to be missing out on these opportunities, because now they're thinking about these gifts, these special surprise gifts from God. And now friends are looking at the situation and now they're seeing a missed opportunity. Why? Because they have life issues of toxic attachment, drugs under the rugs, alcohol, secret, and obsession, secret, Taurus person or a Cancer person. Now we're looking at these people trying to be very brave and confident, but they're very intoxicated, odd behavior people. So now we're looking at the devil. We're looking at the devil, okay, Taurus or Cancer person. We feel and we know they're going to be missing out because these are the devil's children, okay? So now we're looking at situation. We're looking at charity. We're looking at juggling. We're looking at going within ourselves and trusting our messages, trusting our vision, and trusting how we feel when we wake up, all right? Because someone's looking at secrets. When there's unknown problems, you've got to use your intuition, because now there's illusions, delusions, and lunacy, okay? When it comes to charity, because someone secretly was obsessed with getting charity, someone's secretly obsessed with materialism, and someone's secretly scared of their security, okay? How it's going to come in the future. Because more things are being exposed about Taurus and Cancer person, the more people rest, they will see the truth. All right? When you see the truth, okay, you hold on to the truth, and that's what's healing the heart. There was a heartbreak, there was a difficulty, but no, the truth is cutting it. Do you understand? And it's removing the 3 swords out the heart. Why? Because you're talking to God. But secretly, someone was holding 3 swords to stab someone in the back in this bed over messages. But we got messages from the soul, and now we understand, okay, you want to break my heart over these messages, but what? The soul is too powerful, okay? The soul is going into victory, okay? So we're understanding how powerful the soul and the spirit guides can be. So we're looking at charity. We're looking at a wish fulfillment. That's going to be a missed opportunity, because we're looking at opportunists, because now we are standing up for our beliefs. Because maybe a Leo was standing up for a Taurus person when it came to generosities, okay, gifts, donations, opportunities, okay. Maybe a Leo person when it came to fame, recognition, rewards. Nope, in regret now. In regrets. Regret. Missed opportunity with the Empress energy, because he thought someone else was the Empress. Nope, not the Empress. No. We're talking to God, my darling. We're defending God's belief. We're defending God's plan to create heaven on earth. You don't like it. Goodbye. Keep strolling. Keep strolling by. Keep strolling by. Keep moving. Keep moving. Because we know our plans, okay? And we're preparing, all right? And now maybe someone, King of Swords, is creating a pathway, moving into a pathway to abundance, ground shit. Because he's thinking about the Queen of Swords. He's on her own. She's creating her legacy from her own dreams, from her options. She sees the secret, but he sees there's a slow movement. Why? Because there's a conflict within a team of people, maybe with a King of Cups. So now God is here, because now we see the Queen of Pentacles going for a painful ending. Why? Because we're being blunt with our words. We're getting rid of confusion and the devil energy. Why? Because we're taking that risk. Yeah, leap of faith, man. Leap of faith. Go by sight. No, go by intuition and not by sight. That's the real power. That's the willpower. So you can move as a soul having a human experience, and you can bring your mind into calmer waters. Why? Because we've got the power of God with us, you know? Because the mind is like heaven and the heart is like structure, stability. Do you understand? So when you get messages from heaven, the sky is the limit. Why? Because your mind's illuminated. Do you understand? So now you're moving as a soul having a human experience. Why? Because you've got the spirits helping you with your soul to take you out of any difficult waters when it comes to the emotions, to bring the mind to calmer waters. Some of you might have mother issues, father issues, or childhood issues, but go into the boat of self and sail your mind out of difficulties by using the soul of self for your groundship, for your passion, for your growth. But it has to be in truth. You've got to hand on to the soul of truth. All right, that will bring the mind to groundship. Okay. So now we're looking at a situation where maybe the King of Swords, all right, is looking at the stuck situation, or God is just looking at the stuck situation, and we're working with the power of God, all right? Or this masculine is looking very closely about isolation. He's working, okay, on his wish fulfillment. Working on going within. Yeah, go within. Seek the truth. This is a truth seeker. All right, could be an Aquarius person, a female person, all right, is looking within. The wisdom, the wise man within, because the wise man is a teacher and a student, and that's what becomes the star. So the star's being illuminated. Why? Because you're walking in truth, because you understand there was difficulties, mountains, coldship. No, hang on to the rod of truth. Don't turn your back towards your wheel of fortune. And this is what this fair and the heir of a karmic wanted. They wanted to hold on to someone, turn their back on their destiny. Why? Because they're holding on to someone's destiny, wheel of fortune. All right, this is why they bring stagnation, obstacles, delays, because someone was looking for a wheel of fortune. All right, but now they're going into a karmic debt. All right, maybe a Capricorn person would try to take control of someone's destiny or someone's wheel of fortune. Okay, so now we're looking at spiritual judgment. Okay, looking at justice, we will be getting justice for the Empress energy. All right, we're meant to be divine feminines, who we can create, co-create with the universe. Okay, you're meant to be bringing light within yourself to bring light to your community. Okay, because now we're looking at the Wheel of Fortune and looking at the King of Cups. We're trying to hold on to this juggling. He went within himself. Maybe he saw this new love, and his third-party person went to a Taurus Libra person and wanted their voice to be heard. These people were holding on to someone's destiny, but now we're looking at maybe a King of Cups holding on to a Wheel of Fortune. Because now we're looking at the Cup of Love. But they were looking at, oh jeez, man. This King of Cups, man, he was looking at this Two of Cups, this partnership. He's looking at the Empress having a voice being heard. And he's looking at this love, this deep love. And now he's adding 3 cups to it. A third party energy to create 5 of cups. So now we're looking at loss, regret, grief. Someone wants someone to feel abandoned, unloved, a Taurus or a Libra person. So now we're looking at stagnation. So we went within and saw this King of Cups creating a wish for someone to feel unloved, the Empress energy. This is someone that could be quite intuitive, okay? Someone that could be quite psychic or a spiritual person. Because now we're coming into union. This is the twin flame energy, 4 of Wands. Or someone was looking at a loving home and they're looking at like celebrations. But somebody wants to cut that, but it's not happening. Because now we're looking at somebody wanted to break the Empress energy's heart. So now we're looking at stagnation. We're looking at an estate. We're looking at delays when it comes to an estate, when it comes to love, when it comes to union, when it comes to homecoming. We seem to have a stagnation when it comes to celebrations with family and friends with the Empress energy, because there was delays maybe with a friend from the past that goes to this house, or someone that you have celebrations with, but someone, a King of Cups, wanted a Taurus energy, Libra energy, broken into difficulties. This is someone that you know, someone you're familiar with, someone probably you grew up with. But this person is thinking about the soulmate connection. They're thinking about the stagnation, obstacles, delays, and how to stand up. The Leo standing up for the Empress energy, but this King of Cups looking at breaking the heart of a friend. And the Empress is in front of this Leo person saying, King of Cups, I dare you. I dare you. I've seen this stagnation. I've seen these obstacles. I went within myself and I've covered my heart and I'm using my intuition. We see this friend you're celebrating with a Leo person that needs to stand up for his beliefs. It's an acquaintance, a friend, maybe they've done projects with, someone he trusts, someone he's loyal to. But this King of Cups is not a friend. He's a heartbreaker, he's a manipulator. He uses his emotions to manipulate people. Could be a very moody, boisterous person. Because now we're not looking at the thoughts of this secret of this Cancer person. Breaking the heart, intentionally, secretly wanting to break the heart of a friend, a Leo that's connected to the Empress energy. That was the secret that they were working on. So they bring illusions, delusions, because they wanted someone to bark up the wrong tree, someone at work. So someone's thinking about the situation, how to break someone's heart. They get messages of truth, how to break someone's heart, a friend. And the Empress says, I dare you, Cancer. I dare you. And now maybe the Leo's gone forward, seen this secret. Now he's standing up for his own self now. He's standing up for his pentacles. Because now he understands maybe his friend is got a toxic attachment. He's jealous, man. Maybe he's an alcoholic secretly. He's got a secret obsession with the Empress energy. Yeah, the soul of the self. He's thinking of a Leo. He's thinking of the soul. He's thinking of a spiritual baby. He's thinking about these family, this soul family that's meant to go into reunion. But there's a secret about the soul of self. This man probably has 2 children or 4 children. This King of Cups. Maybe got 2 baby mothers. Or 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 children, maybe 5. Who knows? Maybe he has 3 baby mothers. Who knows? But there's a team of people he was working with within the soul of self to break someone's heart, his friend, on purpose, a secret. Look at him smirking. You're not a nice person, man. Or maybe someone's holding on to their emotions to bring in balance so they can tune into the Wheel of Fortune to bring in a homecoming with soulmates. We're looking for the soul of self, especially when you go to sleep at night. Write your dreams down. That's how you're protected from outside forces. So you can jump on the spirit of self and you can gallop forward and God will always be protecting you, you know. So now we have a secret, maybe a secret baby. That's what they're thinking about as well, with a friend. Ooh. Or a spiritual baby. Ooh. Maybe that's going to be exposed as well. Someone's got a secret baby. But someone's thinking of unity with the soul purpose. That's the spirit, man. We're going on the spirit of the self to be vulnerable, childlike, not irresponsible. Because now we're looking at the soul of the self with the truth. We've got the light and the dark. And we see the strength, the inner strength of the Leo. He's going for a victory. Maybe Leo is standing up for himself. He's standing up for the soul of self. Maybe looking at the confidence, the inner love, unconditional love. Why? Because we're looking at the soul of the self. We see the secret of a friend that does homecomings. And now we're looking at going within. It needs self-realization, self-correction, self-love, self-care. And now, when you're more self-sufficient, you hold on to the truth. You get your clarity because you've gone within yourself. You've worked on going within, seeking the truth. Okay? Maybe there's a situation where someone's working on being single, but someone's working on someone trying to be single. And it was said, look, third-party person, go to that one because they had a plan. They were plotting. So now we're seeing the strength, okay, of the Leo, the Lion, going within. Seeing the strength of the Emperor and the Empress, okay? And the spiritual baby. And now we're looking at blocking this King of Cups, going within. And this King of Cups was looking to block, okay, this union. But no, the Empress is making her voice be heard about this incoming, homecoming, all right, or this incoming tragedy of a King of Cups is looking at a Taurus person, a third-party person. Investing in a third-party person when it comes to estates, all right, or when it comes to homecoming, celebrations, income, all right. Now we're looking at a situation where this masculine King of Cups was investing in celebrations for this Taurus person, third-party energy, okay. So now we're looking at a situation where somebody, a third-party person, a Taurus person, a friend, maybe a Taurus Libra person, was looking, okay, to bring stagnation to a friend, someone they were familiar with, or it could be soulmates, okay, because these two are secretly seeing each other and it's being exposed, okay, because now we're looking at a broken heart. They invested in breaking a friend's heart and breaking the Empress energy, but now we looked within ourselves, okay. They wanted to break the heart maybe of a higher priestess, but now we look within ourselves, all right, and we saw there's more to be unveiled. We are the spirit between heaven and earth. We saw this heartbreak from this friend, a Taurus Libra person or a Cancer person that will be blocked. They block spiritually, all right? They're making up lies, okay? They're lying, stealing, cheating, trying to get away with it, acting like a friend to a Leo person secretly, but they're looking at victory when it comes to messages. No, Leo person secretly going into victory, all right? He's the lion. Whoever doesn't like it, oh well. King of Cups, you keep your manipulative self to yourself, my love, all right? Manipulative person. So now we're looking at messages of the soul. Why? Because the Emperor is the Leo person, all right? Whether the King of Cups likes it or not, okay? So now we're looking at guiding. The higher priestess is sending messages to the Emperor by the soul, okay? And telling the Emperor, be careful of your friends, okay? A King of Cups and a Taurus person, Libra person, because they're not your friend, all right? Because now they were looking at bankruptcy, okay? Because they wanted to use God messages, okay, to create their own life, Wheel of Fortune. So now we're looking at being victorious, using our highest self, okay? And we're looking at maybe an institution, a spiritual group, or we're looking at being a spiritual mentor that we're going to come with victory. Because why? Because the Emperor is looking at the Hierophant, all right? Because that is the Empress. That's in the Empress. And this is in the Emperor. And this is why it's going to come to victory. Because now, let's put those there. Because now we're taking that leap of faith and we bring in balance for love and support. But within this situation, there was a water sign and an earth sign that's very jealous, obsessive, all right? They came with stagnation. Why? Because they're the devil's pick-me. Oh, yeah. Very angry, jealous, okay? Because now we're looking at the truth about charities. And we're walking away from people, things, and places. They're going to be missing out because now someone's going for a tower moment, unwanted when it comes to their wish fulfillment, when it comes to unrequited love, okay? Because now we're planning, plotting. They were planning, plotting, but we saw these ditches. Oh, yeah, we did because we used our higher self, and now they're going for a painful moment, okay? Because now the Queen of Rods, looking at the stagnation, all right? She's investigated it. She's seen this earth angel. She saw this lie, all right? And now they're looking at promiscuity. Okay, because now someone's being very sharp, very blunt with their words, because now they're moving forward. All right, because now our ships are coming in for the King of Swords, probably leaving behind, moving forward away from a Queen of Wands. Okay, because now he's looking at spiritual judgment. All right, because God's looking at spiritual judgment as well. They would apply it in legacies. Why? Because it comes from the soul of self, comes from love. You've got to have a different perspective, especially when you go to bed at night. Write your dreams down, my darlings, okay? Seek the truth in self, because it seems to be a spiritual warfare, but we can use that to come up any difficulties, because why? You can manifest yourself out of it. Some of you are alchemists, okay? Don't sit up at night worried. Heal, okay? Be that healer. Queen of Swords is the healer. She's looking at rewards. She's looking at recognitions, okay? Because you're looking at a solid new job, pay rise, investments, you name it, new income. And now there's Queen of Pentacles, okay, is looking at justice. Because why? Because justice comes with the Queen of Swords, all right? Because they're going for rewards, okay? Because of a Queen of Pentacles, what she did, because we're looking at justice, all right? Because we unveiled what was going on. We healed our broken heart, All right, and now people look at the Queen of Swords as the businesswoman, very grounded, very loving, a love choice, but also a third-party person. Oh yeah, very immature. So now we're going for a new world. All right, we're seeking the soul of self to help us with our burdens. All right, because now we understand there was a slander when it came to the Two of Cups. Okay, now we're looking at the Queen of Cups and the King of Wands. All right, looking at a Wheel of Fortune, looking within. Write your dreams down. Look at your options. Don't be confused. Okay, and start working with it, and that will bring you groundship. Okay, this is what the King of Wands is looking at. Defending, man, is the wounded warrior. Wounded warrior. He's got to bring groundship, man. And a message to Adiwali, King of Bardi, stop checking on me. I'm good, bro. You got to go and sew your soul back together. I feel like for the last 4.5 years, I've been like going around the world, 4 corners of the world, and picking up his soul and sewing it back together, you know? Because I saw a dream. He was in bed lying down, and he looked so broken. So broken because of Genevieve and this cup man. And I came with a blanket and I covered him. And he said, thank you. And I said, it's all right. And I covered his feet, you know. It's time for the wounded warrior to heal now. Many of you masculines need to start healing now, okay? Go dig deep within yourself. Don't be afraid to cry. Don't be afraid to cry, you know. I think it's the opposite. When you don't cry, you're the PSSY. Because why won't you cry? Open up the bridges of your heart. Lead from the lion aspect. That heart needs to be open. That's how the lion conquers the jungle, you know. That's how God steeps in. It's through the heart. Because that's the seat of the soul. The heart. It's all about the heart, man. It's about the soul. It's about love. I would never like to swap my heart for no one. No way. If I'd have to have a heart surgery tomorrow, leave me with my heart, man. I'm good. I'm good. My time's my time, you know. It's beautiful. The heart's beautiful, people. Don't shut it off because of other people seeking for validations because they feel like having possessions of things is their value. That's how they feel that self-worth, you know. So they bring in these awkward illusion talents and that. Look within yourself. People are using people for social prestige, but their cultural backgrounds, the devil, they're very possessive because these people can't look after themselves. They're seeking other people for their security and their earnings to bring in that ability, you know. So, all right, collective. Remember, I love you guys. Remember, walk in love, talk in truth. Love you guys. But I'm making voice heard. Take that leap of faith. Go on. Love and support's here for you. Take that leap of faith away from the devil energy, okay? All right? Okay. All right, my lovelies. Love you guys. Bye.